We've been asking a lot of questions this week about the Bay building downtown. That's because RioCan, one of the financial caretakers of that building, announced that it will no longer be injecting capital into it. So the questions now are, what happens next? Provincial or municipal historic site designations can be ways to maintain and preserve buildings. So we have Darryl Cariou in with us now here in studio. He's a heritage conservation consultant here in Calgary. So as I understand it, as best we understand it, there's not a designation of sort of heritage protection on the Bay. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. And, a lot of people misunderstand what designation means. It's a bit of, heritage conservation jargon. It means the building is legally protected and there's certain regulations that go along with that.
So if you own that building right now, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, technically you can, so long as you follow
Right.
the existing city rules and building code rules, yes.
How would it have gotten designation over the years since it doesn't have it?
In Alberta, designation doesn't happen without the owner's consent. The province has the power to designate against the owner's consent, but that happens very rarely. The city can also do that, but the Historical Resources Act requires the owner to then compensate the owner for any loss in economic value arising from that. And that's never been done in Alberta.
So a private building like this, it would need the owner essentially to take the initiative in a way of protecting the building. Is that a fair summary in a way?
Yes. Like I said, the province can designate against an owner's wishes without having to compensate them. But it's only happened in Calgary once that I know of. And that was, I think, back in 1999 with the Palace Theatre, also on Stephen Avenue.
What kind of protection does a designation have?
Well, it doesn't freeze development. It doesn't create a museum of the building. It regulates certain aspects of the building. Again, a bit of jargon, the character defining elements. In the case of the Bay, I would suggest that would probably be limited to the exterior of the building.
Just keeping the facade essentially.
Yes, basically.
What do you make of this whole story as you've watched it along this week?
Oh, it's unfortunate that we tend to go through these machinations periodically. There's not a lot of financial incentives and support in Canada to support owners that take on these kind of projects. Any kind of construction is expensive. When a historic building is involved, it can be even more expensive.
What do you see happening here?
Oh, I see a lot of teeth gnashing and complexity, probably some behind-the-scenes negotiations happening. Like I said, it would be such a black eye if we were to lose this building. I think in the long run, I'm hopeful, maybe a little bit optimistic might be too much to say, but I'm hopeful that in the end we'll get a good result.
What would it mean if we did lose this building?
Oh, it would be a huge loss for Calgary, for Alberta. You mentioned this reputation that Calgary has about that's just what we do, losing heritage buildings. This would just give ammunition to that argument.